Without any further ado, I'll hand over to you, Eric.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we view gamification or attempting to assist sustainability efforts. That is sort of the big buzzword in events. So let's have a look. That's me. I'm Eric Solem, Commercial Director for WeTrack. We are a SaaS company. We make SaaS solutions for events. We work mostly in sport, but we do a lot of other different events also. And sustainability tracking, putting a system in place, understanding where you are has been a big buzzword in the industry for quite some time. I'm going to try not to make this into a sales pitch, but I'm going to talk about how we view it, because that's the only thing I know how to talk about. Actually, in doing some research for this, I found a study that someone had done out of the Politecnico Institute in Milano around gamification in how you put frameworks and sustainability together. And in the end, they noted that, also gamified practice, meaning the gamification of regular working activities, might be hard to implement. Well, we respectfully beg to differ a little bit, and we think we have found an easy way to encourage people to work with their sustainability strategies. So what do? We have 4 basic areas around what we do as a platform for events. We do planning, project management. The newest piece is sustainability. The readiness is testing before an event, and then operations is during event. But with the sustainability tracking system that we've developed, what we've tried to do is help you create any kind of indicator, and that can be anything, whether it's environmental sustainability, ESG programs, if you want to track things like certifications, whatever kind of issue or indicator that you want to track over time, we build that into the system and then help you with updates, etc. Tagging that to benchmarks, so external benchmarks like UN SDGs, etc. Linking that to projects, making reporting and automate reporting, making that as easy as possible. But what we want to talk about here mostly is, achieve your targets. So if you say you're going to do something, you set a few targets along the way. We think the gamification is around encouragement to achieve those targets and celebrate them. So, what's the benefit of doing tracking with your sustainability program, right? You want to engage with your team. You want to encourage your team to do what effectively is an additional piece of work, right? The conversations that I'm having with prospects and customers is, yes, we need to implement a sustainability program, but what I'm doing is giving everyone else an extra thing to do. And they have to dig out the data, and they have to find where their benchmarks are. And then we have to remind them to pull in the data, and it all gets messy in a big shared file or a spreadsheet somewhere. And we've tried to solve for that by putting a collaborative system in place that reminds people where you can demonstrate what you're doing, you can adhere to the regulations that are coming, and hopefully it empowers you to make your sustainability efforts easier to manage. This is a little bit what it looks like. Dashboards, and an online collaborative system where we use a lot of what we call the RAG system, so red, amber, green, so you can quickly go in and see where things stand. You plot in your indicator. The system will say, where do you want to be? Where are your targets that you want to achieve? And then ask you for updates at the appropriate time. Again, didn't want to be too much of a product demo here, but what we tried to do is then produce dashboards where you can see progress towards your stated goals. Now, the idea of gamification, still working? Yeah, is let's set targets. When we achieve those targets, let's have something that we can celebrate, and we can share those with vendors, with suppliers, or encourage internal competition, if you like, between departments or users of the system, not users of the system, but employees in your organization. And hopefully it helps inspire people by having achievements based on targets within your stated program, so that you can then go in and say, look, we've done what we said we were going to do. Instead of it being just this burdensome thing, we have to track data, we have to pull things from all over the business. Let's put it into one place, and then let's celebrate what we do. So to get started, what can you do? I've had numerous conversations with people again, that say, yes, we have to tackle sustainability. Senior management has declared we're going to do something, but then down on the departmental level, it becomes really difficult to even understand what you're consuming, where your data points are, who owns those data points. But what we're saying to people is, look, just start recording what you can. Put it into a system. If you can copy things and template things with the lessons you're learning, that will help ease the burden of trying to capture all this data. It really helps to have a dedicated person managing this instead of sort of monthly meetings, but having someone that is on top of it. And make it a part of the whole organization is what we say to people. And also to think long term. And what we've learned, it's new for everyone, right? It's really difficult to sort of push the boat out and get started on what you're going to do to tackle sustainability. Don't try to be perfect. We're going to make mistakes along the way. We're certainly learning through the development. I mean, we started thinking about this about a year and a half ago in adding sustainability to the other parts of our platform. And what we were thinking then is very different from what we're producing now, and it's going to continue to evolve. And be happy to talk through it and show any of you that. But that's really the simple bit that I want to get across and not take up all the time. But the idea of creating the atmosphere of trying to achieve targets and celebrate those targets in a sustainability program is what we're encouraging our clients to do. Any questions? No?
Don't think we've got any online as yet, but...
Anyone? Everyone asleep? That's fine. Thank you for the time. If you want to learn more, I'm happy to have a chat.